Ladies, can I be brutally honest? The fastest way to look older than you feel isn't your wrinkles, your hair, or even your weight. It's your blouse. Yes, one simple blouse can either make you look effortlessly elegant or instantly dated. And most women over 50 are making the same exact mistakes without even realizing it. Think about it. How many times have you pulled a blouse from your closet because it's comfortable or because you've owned it for years, only to look in the mirror and feel like something is just off? Maybe it's too baggy, maybe it clings in the wrong places, or maybe it just makes you look tired. It's not you, it's the blouse. In this video, we're going to uncover the blouse mistakes that women over 50 and 60 must avoid, and more importantly, I'll show you how to fix them. Because the truth is, elegance has no age limit. With just a few smart choices, you can highlight your best features, feel confident again, and finally step out looking as vibrant as you feel on the inside. And let me be clear, this isn't about following every new trend or spending a fortune on clothes. It's about making small, thoughtful adjustments that completely transform the way your blouse frames your face, your posture, and your energy. After all, fashion at this stage in life should be about freedom, self-respect, and joy, not hiding, not apologizing, and definitely not settling. So if you've ever wondered why some women over 60 look effortlessly modern and elegant, while others appear stuck in the past, the secret is often in their blouse. Let's dive into the mistakes that are quietly aging you, and what you can do instead to reclaim your timeless style. Blouses are one of the most underestimated pieces in a woman's wardrobe. Think about it. The blouse sits closest to your face. It frames your shoulders. It shapes how people see your posture. Unlike pants or skirts, the blouse is always in the line of sight when you speak, smile, or enter a room. In other words, your blouse is a conversation starter before you even say a word. As women over 50 and 60, our relationship with clothing often changes. Many of us want comfort first. Some of us want modesty. Others keep wearing the styles we've always worn because they feel familiar. But here's the truth. A blouse has the power to either emphasize your elegance or unintentionally hide it. It can sharpen your look, lift your energy, and even make you look years younger, if chosen correctly. Psychologists have studied what they call in-clothes cognition, the idea that the clothes we wear don't just change how others see us, they change how we see ourselves. A well-fitted, thoughtfully chosen blouse doesn't just flatter your body, it influences your confidence, your posture, even the way you carry yourself in everyday life. That's why blouses matter more than we think. They're not just fabric, they're psychology in motion. Now here's the beautiful part. You don't need a closet full of clothes to look elegant. A handful of well-chosen blouses, timeless, versatile, flattering, can give you endless outfit possibilities. Pair them with trousers, jeans, or skirts, and suddenly, your wardrobe feels fresh again. The blouse is a foundation piece, a tool of transformation, and when you understand its role, you'll stop settling for just any top and start choosing blouses that make you shine. So now that we understand just how powerful a blouse can be in shaping your style and presence, let's talk about the mistakes women over 50 often make when it comes to wearing them, and how you can avoid these pitfalls to unlock your most timeless, elegant self. Let's start with the most common blouse mistake, wearing oversized and shapeless fits. Now let's be honest. Many of us slip into this habit for very understandable reasons. Oversized clothing feels comfortable, it feels forgiving, and in many cases, it feels like it's helping us hide the parts of our body we no longer feel confident about. But here's the problem. What feels safe in the mirror doesn't always translate into elegance in real life. When a blouse is too big, too boxy, or completely without structure, it doesn't disguise the body, it actually does the opposite. It makes the frame look wider. It drags down your posture, and it gives the impression of heaviness, even if you're not heavy at all. Instead of highlighting your natural silhouette, it erases it, leaving you looking older and less polished than you really are. Picture this: Imagine a beautifully carved statue covered in a thick, heavy sheet. All the grace, all the curves, all the detail, you can't see any of it. That's what an oversized blouse does. It hides your shape completely, and in doing so, it hides your presence. Now, I want to stress something important. This isn't about squeezing yourself into something uncomfortable or too tight. The goal isn't to wear clothing that makes you feel restricted or self-conscious. The goal is balance. The most flattering blouses for women over 50 and 60 are the ones that skim the body rather than swallow it. They offer movement, they offer comfort, but they also suggest shape. So, what are the solutions? Here are a few styling guidelines. Look for gentle tailoring. A blouse with darts, seams, or a wrap effect can softly define the waist without clinging. Balance proportions. If you love a looser blouse, pair it with fitted bottoms, like slim trousers or a pencil skirt, to restore shape to your silhouette. Experiment with length. Oversized tops that go too long often shorten the legs and overwhelm the frame. Instead, try mid-hip length blouses, or use a half tuck to create the illusion of a defined waistline. Use layering strategically. A slightly loose blouse can look elegant under a structured blazer or a cardigan, adding shape and flow at the same time. The truth is, our bodies change with age, and that's not something to hide, but something to dress with wisdom. You don't need a body that looks like it did in your 20s to look stunning. You simply need clothes that work with your shape, not against it. Oversized and shapeless blouses may feel like the safe choice, but they're silently taking away your elegance. Choose blouses that respect your figure, and you'll notice how much younger, lighter, and more confident you look without sacrificing comfort. Now let's talk about another blouse mistake that often sneaks into our closets without us realizing it: overly busy patterns. For many women over 50 and 60, patterned blouses feel like the safe choice. They seem cheerful, they feel lively, and sometimes they give the impression that we're adding personality to an outfit. And let's be honest, we often buy them because they seem fun in the store or because plain tops feel boring. But here's the truth. Busy, chaotic patterns can do more harm than good when it comes to style. The problem with overly busy patterns is that they compete with you. Instead of drawing attention to your face, your smile, your energy, they demand all the attention for themselves. Loud florals, giant swirls, clashing colors, or crowded prints create what designers call visual clutter. Instead of enhancing your natural beauty, they overwhelm it. And that means people notice the blouse, but not the woman wearing it. Have you ever looked in the mirror wearing a floral blouse with 10 different colors and thought, why do I look so tired? It's not your skin, it's the blouse. The pattern is pulling focus, draining the freshness from your complexion, and adding a kind of heaviness to your overall look. Studies in color and visual perception show that when too many elements fight for attention, the human eye doesn't know where to focus. That's why we often find ourselves distracted or even uncomfortable looking at very busy patterns. The same is true with clothing. If your blouse is shouting, your elegance gets silenced. So, what's the solution? You don't need to avoid patterns completely. In fact, patterns can be incredibly chic if chosen wisely. Here are some guidelines. Choose softer prints. Think delicate florals, subtle polka dots, or gentle geometric shapes. These add interest without dominating your look. Stick to fewer colors. A blouse with 2 or 3 coordinated shades is far more elegant than one with 10 clashing colors. Use scale to your advantage. Large, bold prints can overwhelm smaller frames, while medium to smaller prints tend to flatter more universally. Consider placement. Patterns that are evenly spread are better than random splashes that can distort your body shape. Vertical or diagonal lines, for example, can elongate and slim the figure. One easy trick is to let your blouse be either the hero piece or the supporting role. If your blouse has a subtle pattern, you can safely pair it with textured skirts, statement jewelry, or colorful scarves. But if your blouse is extremely busy, then everything else has to quiet down: neutral bottoms, minimal accessories, simple shoes. Otherwise, you risk looking like the outfit is wearing you. Instead of you wearing the outfit, patterns should frame your beauty, not compete with it. The goal is for people to look at you and think, she looks so vibrant. Not, wow, that's a loud blouse. When you learn to edit the patterns you wear, you'll find your style looks more expensive, more modern, and far more flattering, without sacrificing personality or playfulness. Let's move on to blouse mistake number 3. Choosing the wrong neckline. This one might surprise you, but the neckline of your blouse is one of the most powerful style decisions you can make. Why? Because your neckline frames the most important feature you have. Your face. It affects how long your neck looks, how your posture appears, and even how youthful or vibrant you seem. Yet so many women over 50 wear necklines that unintentionally work against them. Here's the issue. Many of us stick to the same necklines we've worn for decades, without realizing that our face shape, our skin, and even our posture have changed over time. What looked great at 30 might not be as flattering at 60. And sometimes we choose necklines out of habit, buttoned-up collars for modesty, or very high necklines for coverage, without realizing that these choices can actually make us look shorter, heavier, or even more closed off. Let's take very high necklines, like turtlenecks, mock necks, or blouses that button all the way to the throat. On some women, these styles can shorten the neck and create the illusion of sloping shoulders. Instead of looking elegant, they can feel restrictive. On the other extreme, plunging necklines can feel out of place, drawing attention away from the face and into areas we may not want to highlight. Both extremes miss the mark. So what's the solution? The goal is to find necklines that elongate, soften, and balance. Here are a few that tend to flatter women beautifully after 50. The V-neck. This is a universal favorite because it elongates the neck, creates vertical lines, and draws the eye upward toward the face. It's slimming without being revealing. The boat neck. This elegant shape widens the shoulders just slightly, balancing out the body and bringing attention to the collarbone. It's sophisticated and timeless. The open collar or placket. A blouse left slightly unbuttoned at the top creates a natural V-neck shape, adding ease and approachability. It frames the face without looking stiff. The scoop neck. A soft scoop works well for women with shorter necks, as it opens up the chest area and keeps the look fresh and light. Necklines don't just change how others see us, they change how we carry ourselves. A flattering neckline encourages better posture, a lifted chin, and an open presence. Meanwhile, a restrictive or unbalanced neckline can make us feel and look tense. Clothing should always support you, not work against you. Here are a few simple tips when evaluating your blouses at home. Stand in front of a mirror and look at where your blouse neckline directs the eye. Does it lift your face, or does it cut you off? Notice the balance. A very high neckline paired with long necklaces can sometimes correct the shortening effect. If you're unsure, take a picture of yourself in different blouses. Photos often reveal what the eye misses in the moment. Remember, your neckline should celebrate your face, not compete with it. You've earned every line of wisdom, every spark in your eyes, every confident smile. Choose necklines that highlight those features, and you'll notice how much more alive and radiant you feel in your clothes. Now let's talk about another blouse mistake that can instantly take away from your elegance: clingy fabrics. You know the ones I mean. The thin polyester, the cheap jersey knits, the blouses that seem to wrap around every curve and crease, whether you want them to or not. For many women, these fabrics feel lightweight and easy to wear, but in reality they highlight areas we'd rather not put on display. Here's the problem. Clingy fabrics don't drape. They grip. Instead of flowing gracefully over the body, they exaggerate lines, folds, and posture changes. That little softness around the midsection, highlighted. The curve of the bra strap, exposed. Even movement can feel less flattering because clingy fabrics tend to bunch, wrinkle, or stretch in all the wrong places. And unfortunately, these materials often look inexpensive, no matter how much you paid for them. Have you ever tried on a blouse that looked beautiful on the hanger, only to put it on and think, why does this show everything I don't want seen? That's the cling factor. It's not your body that's the problem. It's the fabric betraying you. So what should you wear instead? The key is choosing fabrics that skim rather than cling. These are materials that move with you, catch the light softly, and create a smooth silhouette. Some of the best options include silk or satin blends. These drape elegantly and add a touch of quiet luxury. Cotton satin or poplin. Crisp enough to hold shape, soft enough to stay comfortable. Linen blends, breathable, natural, and timeless, perfect for warmer months. Crepe fabrics. They skim beautifully and don't cling to every curve. When shopping, don't just look at the style of the blouse, pay attention to the fabric content label. If the blouse is made of 100% polyester or very thin synthetic blends, chances are it will cling. If you love the design, look for the same style in a more substantial material. And here's another secret. Always do the drape test. Hold the fabric in your hands and let it fall. If it collapses like plastic wrap, it's going to cling. If it falls with a gentle wave, it's going to flatter. High-quality fabrics don't just look better. They feel better. When you wear something that drapes and moves gracefully, you carry yourself differently. You feel polished, you feel put together, and that confidence shows in the way you walk, the way you talk, and even the way people respond to you. Clothes should elevate your presence, not undermine it. Remember, elegance is not about showing everything. It's about suggestion, softness, and flow. Clingy fabrics tend to age us by drawing focus to the wrong details. Fabrics that skim, on the other hand, create harmony and ease, allowing your natural grace to shine through. It's a small change with a big impact. Now let's talk about another blouse mistake that quietly undermines your style: outdated details. This one is tricky because many of these blouses feel classic or timeless when we buy them. But over the years, small design elements can start to look less current. And when that happens, the blouse no longer says elegant. It says stuck in the past. Think about it. Clothing speaks its own language. A blouse with oversized shoulder pads immediately whispers 1980s. A top with layers of ruffles and bows might remind people of the 1990s or early 2000s. Extra wide cuffs, shiny plastic buttons, embroidered appliques. These details may once have been fashionable, but today they can instantly date your look, making you appear older than you are. Have you ever pulled out a blouse you've owned for 15 or 20 years, put it on, and thought, why doesn't this feel right anymore? It's not because you've changed, it's because fashion has evolved. Small details like collar shapes, sleeve styles, or the size of the buttons carry subtle messages about what era they belong to. And if your blouse is locked into an old style, it can make you feel locked there too. So how do you fix this? First, it doesn't mean you need to throw everything away. Outdated details can often be refreshed with a little styling. For example, shoulder pads. If you have a blouse with bulky shoulder pads, simply remove them. Instantly, the blouse looks softer and more modern. Excessive ruffles or bows. Instead of pairing them with other feminine details, balance them out with sleek trousers or a tailored skirt for contrast. Old buttons. Swapping out dated plastic buttons for pearl, horn, or metal ones can transform a blouse without buying new. Wide cuffs or puffy sleeves. Rolling them neatly or tailoring them slightly can take the look from dated costume to updated chic. And sometimes, the best solution is learning to edit. If a blouse feels too much, too frilly, too shiny, too complicated, chances are it's better to let it go. Elegance is most powerful when it's simple. A clean silhouette, minimal fuss, and modern lines will always look timeless, no matter your age. Here's something interesting. Research in fashion psychology shows that people often associate simplicity with modernity. When you wear clean, updated styles, you appear more vibrant, approachable, and confident. Outdated details, on the other hand, can subconsciously signal that you're clinging to the past, even if that's not how you feel inside. The truth is, you don't have to chase every trend to look stylish. You simply need to avoid the details that weigh your look down. By refreshing or editing outdated blouses, you allow your natural presence to come forward, graceful, current, and completely ageless. Another blouse mistake that many women over 50 and 60 don't even realize they're making is wearing the wrong length or proportions. This is such a subtle detail, but it has a massive impact on how balanced, elegant, and youthful your outfit looks. A blouse that's too long can swamp your frame and make you look shorter. A blouse that's too short can cut your body at the wrong place, making the torso appear boxy or unfinished. And when proportions are off, even the most expensive blouse can look awkward. Have you ever tried on a tunic-length blouse and thought, "Why do I look heavier in this?" Or put on a shorter blouse and felt like it chopped your body in half? That's the power of proportion. It's not your body that's wrong, it's the cut of the blouse that isn't working with your shape. As we age, proportions become even more important. Our posture changes, waistlines shift, and many of us naturally lose or gain height over time. What once felt flattering in your 40s might not serve you as well at 60. But the good news is, once you understand how to balance proportions, you can instantly transform your silhouette. Here are some guidelines for blouse lengths that flatter most women over 50 and 60. Mid-hip length. This is usually the sweet spot. A blouse that falls at mid-hip elongates the torso without drowning your shape. Avoid extreme long tunics. Very long blouses can shorten the legs and overwhelm petite frames. If you love a tunic, balance it with slim fitted pants to create contrast. Beware of cropped styles. Short blouses can cut off the waist and emphasize the midsection. Instead, look for slightly longer tops that glide over the area without clinging. Use the half tuck. One of the easiest styling tricks is tucking just the front of the blouse into your waistband. This creates definition at the waist while still allowing flow in the back. Add a belt or layer. A well-placed belt over a longer blouse or a structured jacket layered on top can instantly restore balance. Think of your outfit like architecture. If the blouse is too long, it throws the building off balance. If it's too short, it looks unfinished. But when the proportions are just right, everything feels harmonious. Your legs look longer, your waist feels defined, and your overall presence looks more polished. And here's the psychological side. When proportions feel balanced, you feel more in control, more confident, and more comfortable in your clothes. You're not tugging, pulling, or adjusting. Instead, you move with ease, and that confidence radiates far more than the blouse itself ever could. Remember, elegance lives in the details. A blouse that's just the right length will flatter your figure in ways that no amount of jewelry or accessories can fix. So next time you're trying on a blouse, don't just ask, "Does this fit?" Ask yourself, "Does this length balance me?" When the answer is yes, you'll notice how much taller, slimmer, and more graceful you instantly appear. One of the most overlooked blouse mistakes women over 50 and 60 make is ignoring the power of color. We often focus on fit, comfort, or fabric, but color plays just as big a role, sometimes even bigger. The wrong blouse color can wash you out, emphasize shadows, or make your complexion look dull. On the other hand, the right colors can instantly brighten your face, soften fine lines, and make you look more vibrant without changing anything else about your outfit. Think about this. Have you ever put on a blouse you loved on the hanger, but when you wore it, people asked if you were tired, even though you weren't? That's not about you. It's about the color. Colors reflect light onto your skin. The wrong ones reflect shadows, while the right ones reflect glow. As we age, our natural coloring changes. Hair that was once dark may now be silver, gray, or lighter. Skin tones can soften, and lips can lose some of their natural pigmentation. This means the colors that suited you in your 30s may not work as well now. Ignoring that shift is one of the biggest blouse mistakes women make. But here's the good news. You don't need a brand new wardrobe. Just adjusting your blouse colors to your evolving beauty can make a world of difference. So how do you know which blouse colors will flatter you most? Here are some timeless guidelines. Light neutrals. Soft ivory, warm beige, and light gray can flatter mature skin, far better than harsh, bright white or flat black. Pure black can sometimes emphasize lines or shadows, while off-white lifts the face. Jewel tones. Rich shades like emerald green, sapphire blue, deep teal, or burgundy bring life to the complexion and look sophisticated. These shades reflect beautifully onto the skin, especially if your hair has silver tones. Avoid muddy colors. Brownish yellows, dusty grays, or dull olives often make skin look tired. Instead, choose clearer, fresher versions of those hues. Soft pastels. If you love light colors, choose gentle pastels like lavender, rose pink, or sky blue. They highlight softness without draining your natural glow. Personal favorites. Never ignore how you feel in a color. If you put on a blouse and your mood instantly lifts, that's a clue it's working for you. Imagine two women side by side. One is wearing a blouse in a flat beige that blends into her skin tone, while the other is wearing a blouse in a lively teal. The woman in teal instantly looks more awake, her eyes brighter, her skin glowing. The difference isn't makeup. It's the blouse color working with her natural beauty instead of against it. Color is also emotional. When you wear a blouse in the right shade, you don't just look better, you feel better. Bright colors can lift your mood, while soft colors can create calm and elegance. People even respond differently to you based on color. A crisp navy blouse might make you appear more confident and trustworthy, while a soft rose blouse makes you feel approachable and warm. Why not use that to your advantage? The blouse you wear should never drain your energy, it should add to it. So don't underestimate the impact of color. Next time you shop or stand in front of your closet, hold the blouse under your chin and really look. Does it make your eyes sparkle? Does your skin look brighter? If yes, that blouse isn't just clothing, it's working with you to project your most vibrant, elegant self. By now we've looked at the blouse mistakes that can quietly age you or hide your best features. But let's be honest. Most of us still want to enjoy the experience of shopping for new clothes. The trick isn't to buy more blouses, it's to buy the right ones. Shopping smart is what separates a closet that feels overwhelming and uninspiring from one that makes getting dressed easy, joyful, and stylish. Many women over 50 make the mistake of shopping on impulse. Maybe you grab a blouse just because it's on sale, or you keep buying the same safe style over and over again. Before you know it, your closet is full, but you still feel like you have nothing to wear. The solution isn't another blouse. It's a smarter approach. 1. Start with your lifestyle, not the store. Before heading out to shop, think about your real life. Do you need polished blouses for lunches and community events? Comfortable yet chic ones for travel? Maybe versatile blouses that go from casual to slightly dressed up? Knowing your lifestyle prevents you from buying beautiful pieces that never get worn. 2. Fit comes first. Always prioritize fit over trend. A perfectly tailored blouse in a timeless cut will serve you for years. Don't be afraid to try different sizes, even in the same brand. And remember, alterations are your secret weapon. A small adjustment in sleeve length or waist shape can transform an ordinary blouse into a flattering favorite. 3. Shop with color in mind. Bring along a mental or even printed palette of your best colors. If you've learned that teal, navy, or blush pink brighten you up, focus on those. Ignore the racks filled with trendy colors that don't suit your complexion. This makes shopping faster, less overwhelming, and more flattering in the end. 4. Fabric matters more than you think. Choose blouses made of fabrics that drape and move gracefully. Natural fabrics like cotton blends, linen, or silk feel comfortable and elegant. Avoid clingy synthetics that highlight every line, or stiff fabrics that add bulk. When you run your hand over the blouse, ask yourself, does this feel soft, breathable, and kind to my skin. 5. Invest in versatility. Smart shopping means thinking about cost per wear, not just price tag. A $60 blouse you wear 20 times is a far better investment than a $20 blouse that never leaves your closet. Look for pieces you can pair with jeans and skirts, wear under jackets, or dress up with jewelry. The more versatile, the smarter the buy. 6. Try the 3 outfit rules. Here's a practical tip. Don't buy a blouse unless you can instantly picture it working in at least 3 different outfits you already own. If you can't, chances are it'll sit unworn in your closet. This keeps your wardrobe cohesive and functional. 7. Shop intentionally, not emotionally. Finally, resist shopping just to fill a void, or because you feel pressured to buy something new. Shopping intentionally means you walk away with pieces that fit your style, your body, and your life, not just your shopping bag. Shopping for blouses after 50 and 60 should feel empowering, not stressful. When you know what fits, what flatters, and what works for your lifestyle, every blouse you bring home feels like a confidence booster instead of clutter. So shop smart. Your closet, your wallet, and most importantly, your self-image will thank you. We've spent this video uncovering the blouse mistakes that can quietly hold you back, whether it's oversized shapes that hide your figure, patterns that overwhelm, or details that age you without you realizing it. And we've also talked about how to shop with intention so that every blouse in your wardrobe feels like it truly belongs to you. But here's the most important takeaway. Fashion is not about following strict rules. It's about honoring yourself. At this stage of life, you've earned the right to dress in a way that reflects your confidence, your elegance, and your personality. A blouse isn't just clothing. It's a frame for the woman wearing it. And that woman you deserves to be seen in her best light. Style is one of the simplest ways to show the world that you are still vibrant, still evolving, and still beautifully you. Every time you make a choice to wear something that flatters instead of hides, you're telling yourself and everyone around you that age is not a limitation. It's an invitation to refine, to shine, and to step into your power. If this video has given you even one new idea, or if it made you pause and rethink the way you've been wearing your blouses, then I invite you to take the next step. First, give this video a like. That helps more women, just like you, find this kind of uplifting content. Second, subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so you never miss our weekly conversations about style, confidence, and self-improvement for women over 50 and 60. And finally, share this video with a friend, sister, or loved one who might need a little reminder that looking elegant and feeling confident is possible at any age. Remember, it's not about the blouse. It's about the woman wearing it. And when you choose well, when you wear your clothes with intention, you're not just dressing your body, you're honoring your soul. Stay confident, stay radiant, and I'll see you in the next video.